a second and let me tell you how I feel. All around town you've been stepping out, running your mouth about what make you think I wouldn't find out. Wasn't I there for you, truly care for you? Maybe my love was just too much. You could have had it good and not a lover's right. Now it's back to your hood with the 5411s on. Does it lace you with the finer things? Does it make you wanna scream his name? Does it hit it from the front to back? Could you let it bring it down like that? Should've told me the love was gone. Never thought that you do me wrong. Till I thought that this love was wrong. Everybody sing along. No more shopping sprees. No more late night dreams. No more VIP. No more dough. We can't even kick it. No more shopping sprees. How long, baby?
Maybe I can open up your heart. So I've been waiting all my life for someone just like you. And I know that you waited too.
Sing this song with me, if you know
someone to love you, baby.
All you need is someone who cares. Someone who will always be there.
Yeah.
All you need to say
is that
you want me to be with you, girl. No,
you waited so long for someone to love you. Hey,
Let me just start off with first and foremost, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin, all the way in London. And today I have with me hip hop soul duo, award-winning, chart-topping Ruff Endz.
Yeah.
And did I pronounce that correctly for one being in the UK? Ruff Endz.
Ruff Endz.
I love it.
Brilliant. And with me, I've got Davinch. Have I pronounced your middle name correctly? Chance. And also Dante Chi.
Jordan.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. And
they get it wrong.
Sorry?
I said Americans, we still trying to figure out English. So, you definitely got it right. You got all the pronunciations right. Everybody,
right.
All the other enemies sometimes. Dante Chai.
All the time.
Chai, that's the T in it. But
Chai.
We talk about chi, the energy.
Chai.
Energy, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is.
Energy, That's why I said sometimes we may get a little deep with this interview, but it's all good. It's all good. Well, before we go any further, I usually like to ask my guests, in a nutshell, in a peanut shell, or a crab shell, who is Dante and who is David? Over to you guys.
Who
David.
am I? And I'm Dante.
Yes, you're Dante. Try to catch me.
I'm a soul singer. I'm a funny guy, family guy. I'm a spiritual guy. I'm a lover more than a fighter.
Excellent.
I'm a true believer in humanity and the growth of just people. Love and appreciate. I'm an appreciator. I love and appreciate the road that was paid for us, for my ancestors and all of the singers and all of the people that traveled the same road I traveled, because I know it's not easy. So
absolutely. And I'm going to ask you something in a minute about that. And David, what about you? Who is David in a nutshell, a peanut shell? Maybe we could call you a coconut shell, David.
Right, crab. He allergic to crab. He can't.
You don't like crab. Okay.
No seafood shell. Right.
At all. I'll be like Will Smith on that movie when he looked up at the mirror. He saw himself in the mirror, like, oh my God, and his hair was swollen, and crazy. In a nutshell, I am a God-fearing, loving, musical artist. I just creative love to laugh kind of guy. in, in one sentence, if you will. But I'm just me, man. I think I'm just a normal person that just loves life and big on purpose. You know what I mean? Big on purpose. So that's who I am, man.
Excellent, excellent. And we're here to talk about your latest album, which was released last year, called Rebirth. Now, even the title itself says so much on so many levels, especially since coming through the pandemic, and also especially when you talk about your people. Rebirth is a very strong word, and the track Congratulations as well. And I love the ethos and I love the vibe around Congratulations, being a track of a couple that's separated, but you don't want to separate angry and full of hatred. You want to separate sort of still appreciative of the journey that you had with that, because a lot of times, a lot of that music out there, you're not separating in that way. And it was also nice when I read your press release in terms of just being meant to actually say, this album is about our emotions. I'm like, dang, they're talking about their emotions and they're men. I better sit down and have a coffee and have this conversation, because, we know that for a lot of times men, they find it hard to express themselves. And you are both saying, listen, this is what this track is about being real. And the more that you are real to yourself and about yourself, is the freer you become and the more love that you can share. Yeah. And shut up in a minute, but there was something else about also the pandemic. Now, did the pandemic have something to do with how you guys are feeling about this at this moment in time, about being really more open to sharing, your man space? I'm going to shut up now.
So okay, first of all, I don't know if it's just UK, London, or just you, but you get it. You get it and you understand it a lot for what it is, for exactly how we're putting it out. First of all, shout out to all the mental health advocates. I'm a mental health advocate myself. Mm-hmm. A lot of men I know definitely here. I know it's all over the world, but I'm just speaking from what I know of first. So I know a lot of men here, we were raised basically to portray something that we weren't. Yeah. Act tougher than you are. Don't show your fear. Mm-hmm. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't let them see you cry. Don't ask for help unless it almost kill you. Like, that's a recipe for not just a male, for a human catastrophe.
Absolutely.
You understand? And when you really understand that, what's being done to a lot of these children growing up. Mm-hmm. Especially men. Let's just be honest. Most murders, definitely serial killers or killers, happens from the hands of a man.
Yeah.
So to take all of that into account, we have a purpose. It makes our purpose feel like it's even more relevant when you put it in that context.
Yeah.
Of just music. Now the pandemic, moving into that, is like people had to live with each other. They had to be around each other more. They couldn't escape to work. They couldn't escape to school. They couldn't escape to the boys' night out, girls' night out. All of these outlets, they had to escape the person that was living in the house next to them, whether it was your kids or your significant other or your family members. You got a chance to really see who a lot of these people were.
Absolutely.
Not just a piece of them, the whole person.
Yeah.
Waking up, how you are after you done had your coffee. If you don't have your coffee, if you don't got whatever sustains you, you were dealing with that person in all of their colors.
Yeah.
So it's like, definitely, we definitely were thinking about all of that as writers, because as writers, that's our responsibility.
Yeah.
We're making the soundtracks to people's lives. That could be, it's like, it could be 100 years from now. It's like a song that we didn't think that was so big today. It could be another version of a TikTok in the future, and they could be playing the whole album, like,
Yeah.
because the songs make sense. So
It's
whether
the
the people are
word.
listening today or tomorrow, you write it with the intention that they're going to really hear it, and it's
That's
going to
right.
make sense to them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
David?
I got kind of deep. My apologies.
No, that because I can go there, trust me.
Exactly. We call it the black hole. So let
The
me let you
black
know.
hole.
The
Oh,
black
Yes.
hole.
they're going
Go in.
down.
Go in.
They're going down.
I'm waiting on
Go
Don,
in.
waiting on me. He be like, man, don't get caught up in the black hole. Just go in there. You go to the black hole. So you are like, if you're a black hole person, and then you got 3 black holes
Yeah,
right now.
I'm a black hole because
You
people,
know,
I believe, because you guys, you're not just musicians. I call you you're messengers, and you're very
mm,
conscious of that. And the thing is, especially now, sometimes people, a lot of times people say I'm deep. That's fine. I said somebody's got to, because when you actually see what's happening out there, and we know that change is inevitable, but it takes time. But then you have to be conscious enough to say, I want to make that change.
mm,
And then you have to want to make that change so that you can actually see change. Like Gandhi says, become the change you want to be seen in the world. So we have to become the change, because we're always doing this, always doing this. You know, we have to become.
become.
And so your music, even from way back, there was still a message to it. But I feel as you both matured into fine wine, then that message has become stronger. And is it because of the times? But I feel the times have always been there. It just shows up in different ways. But you
Exactly.
guys are messengers, and even messengers with your little sexy your body as well. I'm like, dang, I need to go and get my fan and watch this again. So because you're also supporting people to reminisce, to remember. So David, I'm gonna hand over to you now.
Yeah. So yeah, we just went. So what was the question again? Because I'm about to or something else. What was the original question?
You about to go off.
I want to go off somewhere else. Well, I'm sorry. I want.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So I guess I can't remember the question, but what we can do to move on is, with your music, when you're creating your music, where does it take you? Where do you go, David?
Oh, that's what it was. I think I want before we say that. I think it was congratulations. You were saying about the impact of what was going on now had on congratulations, and it did.
Yeah.
And I just want to say this before I move on to that. We did because one was what was going on with Black people in America. That was the big thing.
Mm.
Top of that was the pandemic. So for us, more of what was going on with Black people in our community was impacting, and has already impacted everything. Like, I mean, we're a different group now. You know what I mean? We're a better group. We're more focused, we've cut off the fat of certain messages now. You know what I mean? It's all like my brothers say all the time, it's rated P for positive.
Mm.
That's the wavelength that we're on. That's the frequency we're on right now. Because we know that our people need it. We believe that music is a teacher. It's been used throughout the ages. You know what I mean? And music creates culture. Culture creates how people think and see the world. It creates a lens. So if if you got some dirt on the lens, then you mean someone's vision or perception or dream or belief system or whatever. You know what I mean? So we just saw so much going on with our people. We was like, yo, we gotta do something. And we did a song called Time for Change. That was the first song we did in maybe I would say 20 years of being back together. Not 20 years, but it was the first song we did in a long time of us being back together. And then after that, of course, is the music that you see today. So it was definitely a rebirth, and rebirth speaks to not only the album, but it was a new mission, if you will. Like you said, we're messengers. We have a mission now. Like, we got back together because Baltimore was on fire. they set the whole city on fire. It's like, we're not taking this injustice anymore. That's where we were. We were like, oh my God, like, what can we do? So it's like, okay, we're musicians. We make music. So, and that's kind of what Rebirth is, a project that had all of that energy, and all of that energy is wrapped up in it. And that's why Congratulations is birthed from that. You know what I mean? Because we were in a positive space of, yes, it didn't work out, but how can we still, like, you know what I mean? You know, because we were used to, you ain't no good, get out of here, you know what I mean, such and such, those songs in R&B, we've heard the typical breakup R&B songs, and most of the good side. So in this new place, again, gives us a new perspective, and a new perspective gave us a new creation, a new way to, and this is something we it's one of our favorite songs, because it's just something we thought different, and because of thinking different, we came up with something totally different.
Excellent. And how has it changed you both individually and also as a group? Because you said you're in this different place, you saw things different. So obviously you guys have to change, part of that evolution. So how has it changed you individually and as a group?
So maturity comes on different levels. You have people that's mature how to handle business, mature, certain aspects of the relationship. But when it comes to emotional maturity, when you're hurt, when you're disappointed, when things don't go your way, people forget about that. They think one piece means that don't mean nothing. You got a successful company in this, but your emotional maturity when it comes to love, when it comes to certain things, is lacking. So for me, it was speaking about that. It was speaking about, the people that just didn't work out for each other. You ain't no dirty, low down, sleazer, skeezer. I ain't no good, stinking foot, something, something, something. You know what I mean? Like, where's the soundtrack for the people that's just two good people that just thought they saw something in each other that was not there, or they grew apart? Some people grow apart. What about them songs? What about them songs where we was perfect for each other when we met, but then we grew apart for whatever reason? You're not wrong and I'm not wrong, but we just not working, and I really can't find the words to tell you. So I'm gonna handle it like an adolescent, and I'm gonna call you a skeezer, and that's because that's the only way I know how to do it. You're a low down dirty, or I'm gonna try to catch you doing something, or I'm gonna just not do something so you could do this, and then I can say, it's over. Like, most people, that's all we know, but that's not maturity. That's not healthy. It's not constructive. So for us, as our mission, as songwriters, as messengers, and all of that good stuff, you gotta put where there's lack, where there's lack thereof, which is something mature in the space that says, how do you move on in a healthy manner and still leave with your dignity, and I leave you with your dignity? So
that's a big place to be for a lot of people,
Hey,
but no scrub anyway.
Yeah. Right. See, look, that's where there you go.
And the Betty Wright song as well, by her man, and that's so, and that is a very powerful place for you both to be. And so driving forward, I mean, you got the album Rebirth, and you got lots of different singles that you've released around that. Can you just share a little bit about those singles? Because you've got Only One I See, Party Over Here, Your Body, like I said, I had to bring up my fan because
Your Body, Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Shout out to for being just a real artist. He's such a legend in his own right, and real down to earth and real cool. Heard the record, got on it right away, and sent us, his verse back, and we were just blown away. And when it came time to shoot the video, he just, he didn't charge us anything. He just showed love. He actually ended up being like 3 hours away from us. We live in Maryland. He doing something in New Jersey. So when we found out he was coming close, we ended up doing a video shoot around him coming to town. You know what I mean? So just a real cool, down to earth brother, man. So people like that on the album that has really, I think, touched the album, really added some flavor, if you will, some seasoning to the project. That Party Over Here is one of those, what we like to call the cookout song, if you will, the skating ring song.
Your cookouts, they're like our barbecues, right?
At barbecue, exactly.
Okay.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Sorry, all of these records, man. Only When I See, another beautiful song. This project is special because it's a project that is all David and Dante. I produced the entire. My son actually produced a couple of songs on. He actually did the track for Party Over Here, Overnight, and Running Through My Mind. So shout out to my son Mike D. But everything else was produced by myself, and was written by my brother and myself. So this is all of our ideas and all of our emotions, our artistry. Just our heart and feelings, everything laid out on the line on this project. So it's really good to see the response and see people connect with the music and the message.
Brilliant. And so I guess where to now for you guys, as you've sort of, it's rebirth, resurrection, all that stuff moving forwards. Where to now for Ruff Endz?
Definitely started working on a new album already, even though the current album is doing really good. Congratulations. It's being added. The video has been added to BET Soul. We've been coming in contact with a lot of our promoters we used to deal with from back in 2000, even, because a lot of them still figuring out, y'all back together, y'all back out. So shout out to the promoters, a lot of the DJs that supported us and support us on our journey. We have some documentary stuff that we're doing.
Nice.
Our own story. We got quite a few really, really, really good things coming up. But I also, again, want to shout out to the promoters and let them know that in the course of getting our tour dates together.
Are you coming to London?
Yes, we coming to London.
I was about to say that.
I read your mind.
Yeah. Shout out to Gavin, man. Good peoples, man. My man,
yes.
my bringing us over.
Yes.
He's London that's bringing us over there. So, and all my family, all the chances that live in the UK.
That's right.
Can't wait to see you guys real soon. I know you guys, all of them are coming to the show, bro. So,
yeah.
And when is that going to be? When is that going to be roughly? Can you give us an idea?
The month of October. My Lord, I should have had that up. I know you're recording. I don't want to go off here, but
okay, we can also always flash it up. Don't worry about that. We can flash it up. Ruff Endz.
Hit us on our page. Official Ruff Endz. We post the dates and a lot of stuff. Official Ruff Endz. That's RUFFENDZ. Is a Z at the end. Make sure you hit us up. We a lot of times keep you up to date with a lot of stuff like that. But I gotta say too, though, to a lot of the promoters that we're trying to get in contact with so we can come back to London. If you don't catch this show, we're still in the process of reaching and linking back up with a lot of the buyers and promoters so we can come to y'all towns and tear the stage up. So to the DJs and the promoters, hit us up.
And I'll be in front row with my camera. So I interviewed those guys. Fantastic. And winding down, because I get a sense that what's your story, your documentary is really going to, because even the name itself, Rough Ends. I mean, there's lots of powerful, things around the words that you guys use. But even for Rough Ends. So, what would you say to someone who is sort of sitting on the sidelines and they really want to jump in and just live the dream, live the purpose, become the purpose? What is your message to them that would inspire them to feel the fear and do it anyway?
I would say, like you said, I mean, be is such a powerful word. When Scola from Drew Hill, he's from our hometown, and he's from the area where we're from in Baltimore. And this is before we became big. We were in a 4-man group, and we were trying to do the 4-man group, and it wasn't working out. And we met up with him, and he talked with us, and he just basically said, stop looking for other people, just do it with y'all. So basically the same message. It's like, stop looking outside of you for the answer and look within. And we look within, and when we realized that it was already, because it was us, we was riding together the whole time. We would just look, it was just different people. It'd be somebody and somebody else. It'd be one person and me and Dante, and you know what I mean? But when we realized, well, we already had it this whole time, here we are today, So sometimes the answer is right there in front of you the whole time. So look within.
Excellent. And Dante?
Definitely, I got so many things. I'm just narrowing it down. I would say
the black hole.
Knowledge. I would say inform yourself as much as possible. Learn about this business. Look at people's life stories, what they've been through, what they signed to get out of contracts, what they signed when they was getting in contracts. Find out what a reversion clause is. Find out what it is to brand yourself. Find out what it is to monetize your efforts. A lot of people, they don't know about a lot of this stuff. A lot of these words and terms I'm using is foreign. And if you're trying to get into the game, it shouldn't be. So that alone should let you know you got some learning to do. Because you don't want to be taken advantage of. And that's with anything.
Yeah.
With anything that you don't know about, you can be taken advantage of. Let's just be clear. Music is just a good example. And it's something we know about. It's a good example for the world because it's something that people didn't necessarily inform themselves on the inner workings of it. They were caught by, as we say, the glitz and the glam, the shining lights. You got stars in your eyes, kid. I'm going to make you big. I'm going to make you the biggest thing since sliced bread. We only want artists that's hungry. A person that's hungry makes irrational decisions.
Yeah.
When you're well fed, you sitting there, you're thinking about, hey, you know what? If I'd have did that, I'd have missed out on this. I'd have did this. I'd have did this. So to educate yourself as much as possible, as well as sharpen your craft. Don't go in thinking you're the best and you're not.
Yeah.
The best is only a perception. It's perception about how much work you put in. Actually, it's not really perception. It's reality. You can hear people who put in hours and hours and hours and hours of work versus a person that just,
trundles along. And it's as you're talking, what's the time? Okay, as you're talking, it reminds me because I've interviewed a lot of the Motown, the Motown legends, the pioneers, and they have, for them, it's their music, their passion, their purpose was their craft. And if you saw what they put into it, they were disciplined, and they weren't just gifted and talented, but they were also trained, and there was healthy competition amongst each other, but it was healthy competition that kept them at the top of their game. And that's what it sounds like, what you guys are talking about, just come out of the ego sometimes, rather than thinking I've already made it, and know that there's always something to learn, there's always something to do, there's more that you can aspire to. But yes, this is a great conversation. We can talk about the psychology of stuff and the philosophy of stuff, but we're really here to celebrate your album Rebirth, and to celebrate yourselves and what you bring to the table and what you're speaking into people's lives as well. And we're looking forward to having Ruff Endz come to London.
Yeah.
Be fun. Take off your glasses as well. Let people see who you are underneath it all.
Let's go. I'm there. Shout out to my family again, man. Can't wait to see y'all soon. So if y'all are Ruff Endz fans and you see this interview, you people watching and hearing this, come to the show. We want to sign autographs. We want to take pictures with you. We're going to have some T-shirts to give away. And that's the
medium.
hopefully.
I'm a medium, please. Medium.
And exactly. I got a medium signed, sealed, and delivered. You know what I mean? So, we know what I mean. So anyway, again, at Official Ruff Endz, I'm dropping my glasses. At Official Ruff Endz, hit us up on the gram. Follow us, support R&B. We are one of many groups that are making a comeback. But shout out to all those that have supported from London. You guys are have been one of our biggest supporters of the country abroad. So we shout out to the UK. We love you. Thank you for always supporting and holding us down.
Brilliant. There's going to be a part 2 because I've thought of so many other questions I want to ask. But there's got to be a part 2 because there's something about R&B that's coming back, and I wanted to sort of explore that about what is it about R&B. You know, it's like a renaissance coming back, but that's for part 2. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to On the Sofa with Esther, and with me, I've got David Chance and Dante Chi Jordan from Ruff Endz. All right, bless you. Hope to see you in October. Wishing you guys all the best. Thank you.
And we gotta do this again, darling. We got to go in the black hole.
Okay. Oh, most definitely, because there's so much more that I want.
We can just go into the black hole.
Yes.
Dive deep, right?
let it all hang out.
And say thank you to Ra-Fael as well. Ra-Fael Blanco from 2R's Entertainment
Ra-Fael.
Yeah, Ra-Fael. Got to say a big thank you to you. Okay. Thank you. Take care. Have a great week. All right. Bye.